Okay, great. All right, so this should be fun. I'm really interested in hearing what everybody's thoughts are and what their best practices are that they use every day. So we're going to start and we'll just go through our introductions. Do you think we should do introductions and then do the round of questioning, or should we combine it? What do you
I think we
think?
should combine it so that,
Okay.
because we don't have a whole bunch on today, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, so I'm just going to start by saying I'm your secretary and treasurer of Mountain Women in Business. So our information is all over Facebook, website. Reach out to any of us if you have questions, if you have any good thoughts for, anything that we could support or help you in any way, then we are here. So we are here to support and empower, and that's what we do. I think if I just go into one of my best practices is that sometimes I get too much into my head and I can stress about things all night, and there's nobody else in the world that's thinking about it except me. So I really work with myself on, getting myself out of those feelings and out of those thoughts. And a lot of times it helps talk with somebody that is close to the situation. If it's a business situation that, I'm struggling with a client, but if I can reach out to somebody in the industry, or if a person knows the person I'm struggling with, that's really helpful for me to just talk through it and then just be able to let it go at night. So that's my best advice is just talk to somebody about it. Don't get so much into your head because you're the only one stressing about it.
This is true. And if you were hanging with my grandkids, you would often be singing "Let It Go."
Oh,
It would
nice.
help you to let it go.
Yeah, that's a good mantra. Okay, so let's just go right over to Deb, our co-president.
Hello, ladies. So I've been retired for a while, but the couple business tips I would say is get out there, get yourself known. And if you need two really good people, maybe, three really good people here to follow that know how to do social, is follow Amber Burr with Daddy's Homemade Syrup. She lets you know where she is, what she's doing every day. And Ray, I think Ray does an exceptional job with her social as well. So Ray, I always know where you guys are working, what your clients have said. Rachel does a great job with the Facebook posts. We just have so many here in our membership that know how to use social. So I say follow them, see what they're doing. Audra uses LinkedIn a lot. Use all those social platforms. And the other advice I say is our own website. Take advantage of what we will help you do by mentioning what you're doing in your communities, by sending us your events, notifications. Rachel tries to grab them and put them on Facebook. I try to grab them if I see them and put them on LinkedIn. But unless we know what you're doing out there, we can't share them. So let us help you grow your business and meet all our members. We've got 86 members on our website directory. Do you know who they are? Have you personally sent an email out and said, hey, Lisa Carter, I see you're one of our new members. How are you? Let's meet for coffee. So that's my business advice.
Very good advice. Okay, Rachel, our co-president. Good morning.
Thank you. You can see why we're all buddies and part of the core four. We're all on the same page here with our advice this morning. Y'all stole mine. My first one was going to be the social media. It is a necessary evil these days. I know there's many bad things about it, but there's many good things about it too. And my best advice is to make it a habit. Every Monday morning, unless I'm away on vacation or something, I'm at my computer posting on about 46 different local neighborhood Facebook pages for my business. And I'd say 80% of my business, besides what's referrals and repeat clients, comes from people that see me or have seen my posts out in the community. And I'm always happy to meet one-on-one and help people learn how to do that. I'm techie in that regard, but I'm so not techie in other regards. And Stephanie's other piece of advice helped me. And I called her, I think recently, and she talked me down. Our wonderful member, Laura Bean, just helped me learn how to build a website, which was something I had paid for in the past, but couldn't afford, to have someone do all by themselves. And she just helped me rebuild mine. And I had a big old panic attack about it. And luckily was able to get talked down, and it is now up and running and has turned out marvelous. I think I'm open to suggestions, but so that's helped me a lot. And anytime I'm feeling stressed, I get outside. I have to go for a walk or a hike or do yoga with Cindy or something. And one of my biggest tips is have a piece of paper nearby or by your bed. And if you do wake up stressed about stuff, write down whatever you're thinking. Then it sounds ridiculous, but it's out of your head. It's on the paper and you can deal with it later another time and get back to sleep. That's something I learned not too long ago, and it's always been helpful. I think that's it at the moment. Welcome to our new people.
Yes. I was thinking, when you're going into, like with your website, when you go into something unknown, you're not comfortable, you're not familiar, it's scary. But, if you surround yourself with the right people, you just dive in. And I have to do that all the time. Yep. Because as I get new clients, they all have different systems. So I'm constantly learning new systems, and they're daunting and they're scary, but you just go through it, and it's like, oh, well, that was a lot of wasted energy of stress.
Yeah, it was. And I learned as long as you hit the save button, you're not going to totally delete and screw everything up. There's always a way to get stuff back. And that was my biggest fear.
Yeah. Okay, next up is Pat, our Vice President. Good morning, Pat.
Good morning. Well, my thing is I have a quote from Yoda right up in front of my desk, and it says, too many things you do, focus you must. There are so many things to learn, and my mantra is always, if I don't learn something new every day, it's a wasted day. So unfortunately, I try to learn huge programs. And so I'm focusing back on doing 401ks right now for small and large business. And that will eventually bring me back to my work with individuals, etc. So right now I'm focusing more on the businesses. And all I can say is, from my marketing guru and business coach 10 years ago, it was focus on a particular group of people. And that's exactly what I do. Anytime you try to sell to everyone, you sell to no one. So it's like back to my little focus group and get ready for Medicare, etc. I've just got so many things that I want to do, and it's like, pare it back. So that's my advice, pare down.
Good advice for sure. All right, Kristen, are you at a stopping point where you can give a little chat? Okay, welcome. Oh.
Unmute myself.
Okay.
Hi. Sorry. I'm all over the place. My name's Kristen. I do sourdough, and I would say my one advice is I actually have read a book called, and it was referred to my husband. My husband's a project manager. So he's been out of a job. He just started a job yesterday, but he project manages me and my business. But he has recommended a book, and I read it. It's by Jim Collins called Good to Great. I highly recommend it. And the one advice that I got from that book that I have told most people that are trying to start their own businesses is pick one thing you're good at, like one, and get excellent at that one thing. And once you're good at that, you're an expert at that one thing, then you can move on and like get an expert at another thing. So like for me, I got really good at making sourdough. And I've tried to move on to other things, and like I'm like granola and bagels and all of those things. And I haven't gotten excellent at that yet. And I haven't publicized it because I'm not excellent yet. So I have picked one thing that I'm very good at, and I'm doing that one thing. So there's
Okay.
that.
Well, that's
Did
great.
we want to talk about the things, but the events, or are we going to move on after everybody says their one thing?
No,
We'll
let's
move
talk.
on afterwards.
Oh, no, I think
After?
we should.
Whatever. I'm not going to be able to stay on the entire time because I've
Yeah.
got errands.
Well, then
Let's-
let's do it
let's do
right
it.
now.
Let's talk
Okay.
events.
Okay, events, what we have coming up is, of course, LSAL. We have the Conifer Rotary Festival in September and the Chili Cook-Off. And right now, Kristen and Nicole Brox are going to take the leads on these. So take it away, Kristen. What do we need? Do we have spots
So-
left?
We do have a few more spots with LCEL. I believe there's like the last slot on Saturday is filled. But other than that, we have at least one spot that is available for each sign up or each hours. There's hours from 10 to 1 on Saturday and Sunday. And then on Saturday, there's the spot from 1 to 3, which I've never done LCEL, but Nicole has said that from 1 to 3 is a really good spot, even if it's just 2 hours. You can sell and get your product out there because that's when the rush is, when all of those people are there. If you're wanting to do the others, the Chili Cook-Off or the Conifer Fest, just email the Mountain Women in Business, and then we will get you all signed up. There are three booths for that. And LCEL, oh, good question. Elevation Celebration. It's just short, so we don't have all of those things. Sorry, I just saw that in the chat. So yeah, the Chili Cook-Off and the Conifer Fest, just let us know if you'd like to sign up for an hour or the booth, and I'll get you all signed up for that as well. Nicole, I just saw that you're on. Did you have anything else to add?
Yeah, I think the big things is we'll set up probably either the morning of or the night before, and you guys don't mind the streaming in the background. And you guys can leave any product if you want to go early. A lot of people do. However, last year it was recommended from a booth mate to not leave your stuff there. But that is an option for people if they want to. But yeah, Elevation Celebration was great. It was a lot busier on Saturday than Sunday. I did here last year. I did just Saturday last year, and it was a really good event. The Chili Cook-Off is usually a pretty big event unless the weather. And then the Conifer Fest is also a really fun, it's a little bit smaller of an event and more laid back, a lot more families. So that's a fun event if you want to just come, and even if you have kids with you or things like that and want to stop by for a little bit. But yeah, I guess that's all I have to add.
And if I could just interject, I think that you guys have created a notebook with like a scan code for each of our members. Is that correct?
Yeah. So Pat's going to drop off the binder with me. I have the last couple just printed off right now. We all have QR codes for everyone's names. And then I have leftover cards from last year from people that had given cards. But if anyone wants to drop off cards anywhere or message me to reach out, I can put like different cards or flyers that people have with their stuff, but it's all in kind of order of product. So it'll be easy, hopefully, for people to, if they come up and like, oh, I need stuff on aging services, we can go right to that section, or, oh, I'm interested in X, Y, and Z. So yeah, we will have that binder. I think right now, Kristen and I have part of a table reserved to have like the flyers and the cards out with the binders so people can talk with us about that as well.
Perfect. Okay, so then we should probably let the members know that if they want to drop off brochures to the table, then you guys are there to accept whatever's being promoted, right?
Yes, and I think Kristen and I will be at all 3 events. So if you guys drop off anything at the first event, or if you can't make the first event to drop off and want to do the second event, I think we're going to try to keep everything all together moving forward with like an inventory list. So whenever you guys want to drop it off, we can definitely keep that with our binder moving forward.
Perfect. And everything is all set as far as I think we're having 2 booths for LCell, and which is great because there was so much interest. So I'm super excited about that. But you have all of the tents and everything you need, and I'm assuming Pat is on top of that.
Yep. So Pat's been emailing with us, and I think she's planning on getting it to me this week. And if not, Pat, I can come down and get it from you also.
Yeah,
Thank you
I'll
for
get
being
it
so organized.
Yeah,
I'm
and if
just waiting for the last.
I have
Mm.
to say a quick thanks to Nicole. I know this isn't related to LCell or anything, but Nicole and her kids were recently at the Mount Evans event that I did for 4th of July. And I had my little apprentice student with me who's learning face painting, and she was so sweet to let my little apprentice paint her kids when I had a big line waiting for me. And I just want to say thank you because that was so wonderful. She had such a blast and she loved that. So thank you.
Nice. Very good.
And then to answer the question in chat, if anyone wants to just email me specifically or email like the LCell email to sign up and just say like, I have stuff to drop off, we can definitely schedule a time that I can meet up with someone this week or next week before the event, or if you want to just drop it off at the event at our table also. But I'm in Evergreen. Kristen's a little closer to the Marshdale area, but I drive all over for work. So I can definitely meet up people to get flyers, but I know that was the question. So if you guys want to email me specifically or the group email, we can figure out a way to get the cards and flyers to me as well.
Great. And did you put your contact info in the chat?
And yep, I'm on my phone because my kids are outside right now, but I will put it in the chat next. So yeah, just send me an email and we'll schedule a time.
Well,
Okay.
and it can be found on the website. So if you want to find Nicole, go to the website, click her
Yeah,
email,
there you
go right to her.
Yes. 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 All right. Okay, Kristen, are you good? Did you have anything else on all of them? Okay, perfect. All right. Well, thank you, all of you guys, for so much to organize, and there's so many events coming up. So I really appreciate all of your work on that, and I hope you sell out of everything. Okay. Let's see. Jackie, good morning.
Hi everyone, I'm Jackie Angelo. My husband and I own Blue Leaf Design Build. We are a home remodeling company. We do remodels. Sorry, my brain just went remodels, custom additions, remodels, custom millwork furniture, and interior design. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me this morning. I think I'm supposed to give advice. Is that what I'm supposed to?
Just a couple of what do you really look for in business, or what are your style of your go-to for helping you through the day?
I think for me, my background is actually, I've been a nurse for over 30 years and decided I'd had enough of that business and the sick care system. And so I decided to start working full-time with my husband. So not really knowing anything about business, lean on people who know more than me. I initially designed my own logo, my own website, was doing my own bookkeeping, that kind of stuff. And even though I kind of sort of designed my new logo, I had somebody make it professional. I hired Laura Bean to do my website. It's absolutely amazing. Steph does my books, or she helps me with my books. So, just reach out to people who know more than you, and it's worth it to pay them, because in the long run, it's cheaper, even though it doesn't feel like it sometimes in the beginning. I'm a firm believer, and you have to spend money to make money to a point. So don't be afraid to hire people who know more than you, who can help you save money in the long run. I guess that would be my advice. And also, somebody mentioned a book, I forget who it was, but I'll tell you a really good book that I liked was, it's, oh, now I can't remember the name of it. Shoot. I'll think of it and I'll put it in the chat. It's a great book. I got it on audio book and I liked it so much that I went out and bought the print version of it and the workbook that goes along with it. And I highly recommend it. It was really good. So I will look it up and I'll put it in the.
Yeah, put that in the chat. Always great recommendations for books. I think there's a couple of other ones in the chat too. So let's just buy all of those and become amazing people in business. Okay, let's see. Let me get, oops, I messed up my screen, sorry. All right, Serena, good morning.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm so glad I joined your group. My highest recommendation is that every morning I take time for me first. I get up like this morning at 4 a.m. and I take that time to breathe, connect with my inner self, my wisdom before I start the chaos sometimes of the day, you know. So I do 2 different jobs. I am an author. I wrote a book called I Am Serena, and it is the story of my healing and integration over a journey of almost 25 years. It's a miracle story. As a result of it, I work with clients all over the world, helping them heal from trauma, from heartache, divorce, bipolar disease, multiple personality disorder, multitude of things. I'm also a motivational speaker. I go to different types of business groups, churches all over and speak about my journey of miracles and healing. So that's my passion and my love job. My website is iamserena.net. My other job is the job that's supporting me as I move into this job so fully, and that is my loan officer job. I work for Citywide Banks, and I do home equity loans and lines. We have a 2.99 interest rate HELOC for the first 6 months. We've got a home equity loan at 6.67 with a FICO score of 120. I also do small business loans for anybody who's looking for a credit card to grow their business at 0 APR for a full year. I've got it myself. It's a nice card to have. So I wear many hats. And so my focus is to stay present in this moment so I can always take care of me first. So then I can create all this other things in my life, you know, so.
Very important for self-care. So, well, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, Ray, good morning.
Good morning, ladies. I just want to say I love this forum. I love hearing from your wisdom and experience and whose ever idea this was for everyone to share tips. I think that's fantastic. So my name is Ray. I am with Integrity Pro Roofing. So we handle any type of roofing need, commercial or residential. We're happy to come give you a free digital roof report. So we'll actually show you what your roof looks like, if there's any damage, if there's not damage, and any recommendations we have for you. A couple things that come to mind. Not all of us have direct reports or work with a team, but one thing we have in common in business is that we all work with people. So whether that's vendors, whether that's customers. So one thing, I have a sticky note on my computer. It says lead with questions. Another way of saying that is never assume, right? Because I think sometimes we get caught in an email thread or a text situation, or if you have a direct report and something frustrating has happened with them, the best thing you can do is never assume that something was said intentionally or done intentionally. It's a really easy way to ruin a relationship and to cause conflict where there didn't need to be conflict. And so it's a reminder to myself to always lead with questions. Just ask, like, hey, it kind of felt like maybe you were upset with me. Is there something I did wrong? What can I do better? Lead with questions, whether, again, it's your customer or any human person you're interacting with. I think it's a good life skill. to have, to never assume the worst, always lead with questions. Thank you, Serena. And then the other thing I would say is I'm such a huge fan of systems and processes, and no matter what your business is, and no matter what that looks like for you, I can't encourage that enough to think about what works for you as a leader in your business, whether that's a CRM tool. Maybe you're an analog person and you like paper and pens and or maybe you like Excel sheets. I just can't emphasize that enough. However, you can create repeatable processes and have systems and automations that will help you in your business, especially if you're the only one in your business, right? If it's just you and you don't have a team you can rely on, there are so many different systems out there that are cost effective. There's AI. We had that fantastic presentation last month on ways you can leverage AI to really help grow your business. So systems and processes is something I'm really, really passionate about. And I really think, all of us can always continually improve on that. So those are my 2 things.
That's great. Thank you. All
Can I
right.
say something, Steph, I completely
Sure.
forgot.
Sure.
Because all of us have stress in our lives, I am offering an in-person workshop on August 20th to anybody who wants to learn tools on how to connect more deeply into their own inner self, their wisdom, their stillness, how to deconstruct beliefs and look at stress and come from it at a different angle than even psychotherapy offers. And so this workshop is on August 20th at Beth Evergreen, Congregation Beth Evergreen. Okay.
Okay. So if you'll send that information over to
Deb, I will.
Yep, perfect. And then Rachel can just blast it out. So thank you. That's great. All right, Rebecca, good morning.
Good morning. Sorry, I was reaching for the coffee cup. One-handing it there. Gosh. Okay, so first of all, I'm Rebecca Parent from Parent Technology Solutions. I wear multiple hats. I provide youth education primarily in the way of technology. And right now my focus is coming up again from now through December, I'll be running robotic tournaments throughout the state of Colorado. And it's an organization called FIRST. And they have been doing this for over 30 years with just, thousands of volunteers, and it's international as well. So the group I work with is a certain group of students because they have different programs for kids from preschool all the way up through high school. Anyway, tips. I have to run multiple events. I have to run multiple tournament events and make sure they all go off seamlessly for the kids, the parents, the volunteers. Tips for business. I was thinking through all this, and I think the big thing is building a way to both empower others and trust others, because I've got to work with others. I can't do it by myself. You can't get big if you do everything yourself. So finding ways to, if you're going to bring in staff or you're going to bring in volunteers, you've got to trust them. And to trust them, you've got to give them good supports. So one of the big things I've learned to do is really utilize those tools like the website. I send everybody to my website, but I make sure that the website's got good content on it. So the coaches have content, the parents have the information they need. My volunteers have links to go to information they need to get to quickly and easily, so that it can kind of start giving them that one-stop situation of go there first and then build the structure of who they contact next, so they're not all coming back to me, because it was kind of scary. I started calculating up the number of what this year will be, and I'll probably have 800 volunteers, 2,700 youth, 500 parents, 540 coaches, and I don't know how many sponsors. So it's like, I've got to give people the tools to get what they need and then trust them that they are doing the right thing. And I love that lead with questions, because there's always a conflict, and you have to trust that everybody's doing the right thing and open up the discussion and not assume that they're doing the wrong thing. Because you need them to come back. You need them to help you. And I I think that's, oh, I was going to put a book out there. Long ago, back when I was working with Deb, we had a book recommended to us that was called Don't Fire Them, Fire Them Up. And I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah.
It's by Frank Pachetta. And I think that has been my go-to for years when I'm frustrated with the people I'm working with, but you know that you need them. And it's all about how to give them more support and confidence that you can help them grow into being great support.
Nice. And I love that this is turning into a book club.
Yeah, now I've got a lot of reading to do too.
Yeah, so that's great. Okay, thanks, Rebecca. All right, Sabrina, good morning.
Good morning. Such a good group. I am Sabrina Fritz. I'm the lead advocate with PeaceWorks, which is a nonprofit. We serve survivors of domestic, intimate partner violence, sex assault, sex trafficking. We have our safe shelter in Bailey. I'm also a block therapy instructor and block therapist because working with trauma survivors, addressing trauma is essential in order to break the cycle of violence. I am also a survivor. So Deb has graciously shared our community wellness program with all of you. And tomorrow night I'm doing block therapy trauma release at Taspins, and I can't wait. It's at 6:30 at no charge. You don't have to be a survivor to be traumatized. We all experience trauma at some level in today's world. Just that's why I don't watch the news. Haven't watched the news in 20 years because it traumatizes me. And I agree with so many of the wonderful suggestions here. Invest in yourself first. First thing in the morning, I've got to make sure I'm taking care of myself so that I can serve survivors. But also, I have alerts. I wear multiple, hats like so many of us do. My husband owns a small business, and I do the accounting and management of that offline. So if I have to set up alerts so that I can set it away and focus on what's here and now in the present moment, and trust that when I need to get to that task, it will be available to me, or I'll have the capacity at that time to do it. Because otherwise everything would get lost in the shuffle. So thank you for letting me speak and be here today, and all these wonderful suggestions.
Yeah, that's great. So I'm going to her yoga session. Actually, my husband and I both are going, so I'm excited. So.
And it is, it's under yoga classes at Tasman, but just so you know, it's not quite yoga. We do use body weight and gravity in our breath to melt through adhesions and restrictions that prevent blood flow and proper oxygenation of the cells. So you will be on the floor a lot. Wear comfy clothes, bring them out if you have it, or, we'll make sure that you're as comfortable as you can be as you seek.
That's what I need is blood flow. So.
We've got to get rid of pain, aging, and disease. Those are 3 things I like to avoid in life, and this practice does that. So
I'm excited. Okay.
I can't wait to see you and Brian. Thanks.
All right. Lisa Carter, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. I'm a new member, and so far everyone I've met has been really, really nice. It's a wonderful group, and I love this forum. I love online group meetings, and so this is great, hearing from everyone, all these wonderful ideas. I have a full service marketing agency with 2 partners. And then we have 5 independent professionals with specialized areas of expertise who we call in when we need them, so we can handle any kind of marketing project at all. And our lead generation is limited right now to my in-person networking. So I am going to 1 or 2, sometimes 3 networking events in a week. And one of them was at the Denver Chamber, and they had a speaker who was an expert speaker and did speech coaching to large groups and one-on-one. And he talked about how to network. And this is the best tip I've gotten in a really long time. He said, lead with the personal. So if someone, don't let the conversation go to what do you do and what do you do, and then it hits a dead end. People refer to people they know, like, and trust. And so you want to get to know them and connect with them on a personal level as well as a business level, and you will get around to the business level. It's inevitable. So lead with the personal, and the way he suggested to do it was when someone says, so what do? You can say, well, personally, I love to spend time with my service dog. And that opens the door for them to ask questions or to talk about something personal they like to do. Or I can say, I like to do puzzles. And they can say, oh, puzzles frustrate me. And all of a sudden the conversation is on a personal basis, and you're getting to know things about each other that you wouldn't otherwise know. So that's my best tip for right now.
Love it. Love it. Great advice. And welcome. So glad you're here. All right, Angela, good morning.
Good morning. Hi, everybody. So I'm Angela. I'm with Centennial Nonprofit Consulting. I provide business development services to nonprofit organizations. And I am brand new, so I've only been doing this for about a month and a half, so I don't have a lot of wisdom to impart. One of the things I've learned, though, in that month and a half is that I've had to be much more patient as I've grown my business. So as an example, I've had some organizations who have expressed interest in working with me, and I've sent out several proposals. And that's all very exciting. But what I did not anticipate was how long it would take people to get back to me after I've sent those proposals. I guess my assumption was if they wanted me to send in a proposal for help with their nonprofit, that they were ready to get started. And so I've had to learn that that's not quite the case. They need time to review that, to talk it over with multiple people in their organization. And so I've had to reset my expectations around working with clients and just be more patient in terms of waiting for them to get back to me after I've sent them a proposal. So I'm sure you all already know that. That's something that I've learned in the last month and a half. So thank you.
It's a good reminder because, it kind of goes back to you're the only one frustrated. And it's such a lot of energy. Okay, great. All right.
That is so true, that it takes people time to go over proposals. I just sent one out, and it's taking weeks. And I don't know what exactly is going on at the cookie factory, but they're making cookies and they're not looking at the proposal.
Yeah, patience is a good one to remember sometimes. All right, Audra.
That's a good, oops, I'm sorry, real quick. I was going to say that's a good point too, though, because some of us have time crunches. I do face painting, I do pet sitting. I've had to start giving people deadlines. I need this back within 7 days, or I'm taking the next client, because I can't risk losing out on clients because someone else isn't committing.
Yeah.
That's just another twist on it, but it's important.
Yeah.
I think that goes back to the not no, but just not now.
Right. Which is
that's
fine,
very-
but if I have other clients waiting for an answer,
But you can keep them in the
Gotta
stream
happen
for
pretty quick.
future.
Right.
yeah.
Right. Okay, Audra, good morning.
Good morning, ladies, and welcome to all of our new members. I am Audra Iori. I am a mortgage consultant with Caliber Home Loans. Serena, just listening to what you had to say, I think you and I should talk. I think we could definitely partner up and help out each other. So for sure. And just great hearing what you all have to say. I'm going to keep mine kind of short and sweet here. So one of the first business tips that my mentor of 150 years ago, seems like it, gave me was, Audra, when you get out in the world and you're starting to deal with clients, just open your eyes, open your heart, close your mouth. Just listen to what people have to say. And coming from a background, somewhat of a male, I would say originally a male dominated field. I take a different approach, and I think a lot of us ladies do the same. I don't consider myself a salesperson. I really, really don't. I'm not here to push my products and services on anybody. Everybody has their own story to tell. Listen to what that is and guide them accordingly. So that's what I live by. And I think that's why I've been in the business for 23 years. And that's what's led to the success that I've had so far. Just be yourself and just listen.
Which is sometimes hard to do. So
Which is sometimes hard to do.
yeah. All right. Good advice. Okay, Audrey, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Hi, I'm Audrey Krebs. I'm with Aging Services Consultants, and we provide, I'm a sole business owner. However, I do work with others. I have colleagues that I work with. So we provide care management services as well as referral and placement into older adult communities. And all of this advice, and by the way, guys, I pulled over in Pine, so I could, I have another appointment at 10 o'clock in Littleton. But all of you have given such great advice. And I have to tell you, my best advice is to go out, and if you know someone that's struggling in business, have them join Mountain Women in Business. Seriously. I mean, this has been so wonderful. I have met so many fabulous people. There's something on my phone. Fabulous people. And I still am continuing to meet great people. And Angela, who just joined, we worked together back, 15 years ago. And Audra was my mortgage broker. And I met Deb. I mean, she bought my house in Bailey a long time ago. So, but anyway, yes, and Google. Try and get Google reviews. That's really helped me, even though I'm not really top of the line on Google. I can tell you that only because I need to update my website big time. And I just absolutely hate working on websites. I hate anything with computers. I'm a people person, and all of you
Help you with your website.
Thank you. Yeah, if I can afford it. Okay.
If it's just an update, it's a reasonable price.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa. I'll remember that. Thank you.
Okay.
Put it in the chat. Okay, but anyway, listen, ask questions, love what you do. I mean, I love what I do. And so that's about it. And just have fun. Thanks, guys.
Great. I love your energy, Audrey. Always love it.
I love you.
All right, Nicole, are you around, or you got kid stuff going? Oh, there you are. Hi. Oh, hang on here.
Oops.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm muted. Sorry. Yep, just chasing the little kids around. So yeah, my name's Nicole, and I do have a tank top on. You just can't see it. Sorry, I'm not naked this morning while talking to you all. I realized that my hair positioning does not show that. But yeah, I own Years of Play, which is a Montessori Waldorf inspired toy store. It is primarily online, and then I'm in a couple little shops around here and do pop-up events with Mountain Women in Business and a couple farmers markets throughout the year. Some advice that I've kind of learned through the journey is to not be so hard on yourself. So I feel like in general, we're hard on ourselves as moms, as women, as trying to balance it all. And so I think my biggest advice that I've learned is just take time for yourself. And when you need to take a break, you can take a break. We're trying to balance so many hats. And like this morning, like I was like, I need to get the kids quiet so I can join this. And I'm like, no, I don't. They can just be loud in the background and you guys aren't going to judge me. And if you do, too bad. But I think giving yourself grace is really important. I do not have a book to add to the book club list of things. So I will just take down notes. All of my books lately have been catalogs of what kind of toys to purchase. So you guys probably don't need that. Yeah, upcoming events, kids are going back to school. Definitely have some different toys and things to help with educational stuff, as well as arts and crafts and creative things. So yeah, if you need any toys for grandkids, nieces, nephews, your own children, definitely look at Years of Play. I do local deliveries, and I love to share just kind of toys that can be used for multiple years in a child's life versus just a very small portion of their life. So that's what our goal is there, and that's it.
Well, great advice. We all do tend to be hard on ourselves, and I've purchased a bunch of toys from Nicole on just the educational and the craft toys they're just really well made, and my grandkids they love them. So yay.
Well, thank you.
All right, Susan, are you?
Yes. Hang on, let me. Okay, I'm unmuted, right?
Yes, you are.
Okay. I am not camera ready this morning. For those of you who know me better than some other people may know me, I am a nocturnal person. So I'm not camera ready. Now, if we want to schedule some Zoom meetings for 11 p.m., I'm your girl. So I don't have a whole lot of advice. I'm mostly listening, but the only advice that I can give that resonates for me, so it resonates for me. So take with it what you want, or take from it what you want, is be authentic. If I can't be proud of what I'm projecting in the world with my business, I don't want to do it. And I have the luxury of not needing to keep the lights on in my house or feed my children with my job at this point in my life. So not everyone may have that luxury, but in my life, if I would go to bed not feeling happy with my business decisions, those are not the right decisions for me, as far as being happy from an authenticity point of view. So that's all I have.
Well, that's great advice. And thank you for spending your time on the photo shoot for all of the members. I'm sure everybody got some great photos out of that, and they can use them for years and years. Yeah. Okay, Amber, good morning. She may be just doing something kid related. So let's see here.
Actually at the Evergreen Farm.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah, she's at the
There she is.
market. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Good morning, everyone. Yes, we're getting ready for the Evergreen Farmers Market this morning on Meadow Drive. Daddy's Homemade Syrup. We are doing 5 events a week. We've got our website. I'm not gonna lie, I overcommitted ourselves for sure this summer, but if you ever have any questions on see us out of the markets, I'd be happy to answer out for you. Great advice from everybody. A lot of the ones that I was gonna say were taken, which is great. I definitely would second all of those. Consistency, I guess, would be key for me. Even if you are, like, social media is a great example. Life happens, and you know what, you are your worst enemy. So if something happens, and you could even do a post on social media, you can let your customers know, you can send out an email, whatever that might look like for you. Let everybody know something happened in your life and you're still here, but you're taking some time for yourself. So everybody understands that. And honestly, when I've done some of that stuff, when we've had some major things happen in our personal lives, those are some of the biggest responses that I've gotten from people, is when I'm open and honest and genuine with people, and they see and know and understand that we're being authentic and that we're real and we've got a family and we're doing all of this different stuff. So, have that self-compassion for yourself, and just be open and honest with everybody, and they won't go anywhere. They'll be your biggest supporters.
Love it. I'm so glad to see all of the support for your company, Amber.
Thank you.
It's really been amazing to watch it from start to now, really.
Thank you so much. And I wish I could be at more meetings, but I'm here wherever I can. I always jump in whenever, little tidbits here, and that networking is, even if you can't attend meetings, we still are here, and everybody hopefully knows that we can reach out, and we'll try to jump in wherever we can. And any of those events too, while I'm at it, we haven't done Conifer Fest yet, but hopefully we'll get out there one of these years. But those other events are really big events and you don't want to miss those. So if you haven't signed up and you're looking to get your products out there, it's a great way to do it because they're only there for a couple of hours. And I'll be at both of all those other events for the entire weekend by myself. So come out and say hi.
Great. Good. Okay, so did I miss anybody? If anybody has, no, it looks like, Rachel, what you got?
Just have a quick announcement if we're done with everybody's stuff and suggestions. I'm about to have a second article about myself and my business published in a publication called Voyage Denver. It's free. I was referred from Cindy Denson in our group and Chrissy at Healthy Smiles from our group. And every time they do an article on someone, they ask for referrals to other people. So some of you all might get emails from this company called Voyage Denver. It is legitimate. It's an online magazine and they'll publish a wonderful article about you and your business at no cost. So if you ever do get an email and one of us is attached to it, it's legitimate because I'm trying to spread the love and let them do it on a bunch of other of our members too. Other than that, have fun at the upcoming events. I have other bookings for most of the weekend events, but I'll try to pop in if I can and say hi to everybody.
Can I, this is Sue. Just want to say senior photo season is upon us. So if you have a senior in high school this year, I am only doing 30 seniors this year. So I go to all the, whichever schools, but I'm only taking 30. If you are interested in senior photos, call me. I'm on the website, Sue Ryan Photography. The end.
Perfect. Great.
Yeah. And Steph, I just want to say to everybody, this is Audrey, and I didn't mention everyone like Healthy Smiles, Rachel, Sue, you name it. I've been to a lot of you, and it's been fabulous. But Rachel, would you put in the chat who to contact to get into this magazine, please? And thanks.
It's in my emails. I'll try to pull it up and share it on the website. Most of it is like when they come to you, then they ask for you to refer some other businesses. So it's not like you can just call them, but we can keep referring each other down the line. But I'll look that up and see if I can put it on our Facebook page.
That would be wonderful. Thank you.
Great. Okay, does anybody have any last minute announcements or everybody?
I ask a quick question. Is this Conifer event, would it be a good place to sell my book, do you think? My memoir for a couple of hours, or is that something? Because I don't know, I've never been to this event, so I'm asking you guys.
Are you talking about Elevation Celebration?
The one in Conifer.
Yeah, there's two in Conifer. There's the Elevation Celebration, which is the end of July. It's the last weekend of July, the 29th and 30th. And then there's Conifer Fest, which is August 12th. And that's just a one-day event. You could, I know like people that came to Bailey Days, they just had a card and they were passing out their card just to promote what they do. I was at the booth for most of the day, just popping in and out, and I sold out of my bread at Bailey Days. So if you have a product, it's good.
I have a book.
So and even if you don't have a product and you have a service, it's good because you're getting your name out there. Like Karen Donahue, her husband does, I think, home inspections. And she reserved a spot, but she realized like, I'm just going to go and walk around. And so she just walked around with with business cards and just passed them out to people at Bailey Days. And then like, we also had all of the business cards. And if you have a brochure that you'd like us to present at the table, we can leave that there. So people are always coming by to check us out, not just for Mountain Women in Business, but to see all of the women that are offering their services to people. So even if you're not there, you're there.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think put the book on the table. Let's see what happens.
Right. Yeah. You never know. And there
Yeah.
are spots available.
It can't hurt.
For the workshop as well, couldn't I?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. And there's still time slots. So if you just email Mountain Women of Business and tell them, I will personally email you, and then we can talk about what times are still available for Elevation Celebration.
All right. Should I just put that? Okay. I'll do that right now after we get
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, totally.
Go to the website, Serena, and see what info you can find. That's the first
Yeah.
place to start. So,
Okay, thank you.
okay.
Part of being at these events is just getting your name out there. It's credibility, but it's letting people know what you do. So it's really important. I've even left just a card on the table when we did not have people there and gotten business from it. So
Thank
you.
Guys, just show up, suit up and show up.
Yep. Doesn't hurt.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, I think, well, it's 9:30, so I think we're done. Great advice from everybody. Is there a way, Deb, maybe we put out a list of all of the books that were referred to and
Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll go back through the chat and I'll make a list so that when I send out the audio or the video recordings, I'll also send out the book list. And I'll try to capture, if I have time, I'll try to caption all the little pieces of advice that didn't end up going in the chat. But I do want everybody to watch the video, but yes. I will capture as much as I can and send it out to the entire membership. It was
Great. Great. And all of the other members, they'll just get so much value from all of our great tips when they watch it. So, all right. Okay, everybody take care. Happy Tuesday. Reach out if you need anything from us. We're here to help, support, and empower. All of those lovely things. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Sounds good, guys.